Well, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady will meet for the first time in a couple of years this Sunday when the Denver Broncos go on the road to face the New England Patriots. New England currently installed as a 6.5-point favorite in this game on BETDAQ, 51.5 the total. That's a high total because we expect to see a lot of points in this game. Again, this is Manning versus Brady. It's always entertaining when these two future Hall of Famers go at it. Don't expect anything different on Sunday. And both of these defenses vulnerable in the secondary. So expect some yards, expect some points, expect some entertaining football. Both these teams 2-2 on the year. Both these teams coming off of big wins over their division rivals. Denver blew out the Oakland Raiders last week. And New England, after falling behind 21-7 in the third quarter of the Buffalo Bills. And during that game, at that point when it was 21-7, me, you, and probably everybody else watching the game, we were thinking those thoughts. Is this the end of the dynasty now for the Patriots? I mean, it's got to end one of these days. Tom Brady's getting up there in age. However, Patriots responded with an emphatic answer to that. Again, they only had 7 points at one time in the third quarter, finished the game with 52, laying on 45 points in the last quarter and a half of that game. Of course, Ryan Fitzpatrick's interceptions helped in that cause, but really it was that New England offense awakening. And if you're thinking that the Patriots are slipping a little bit or might not be the same team, you might not have seen them play because they might not be great on defense, but they weren't great on defense last year either. This offense still looks like the same old offense to me. I know they struggled a little bit in the first half. Their last game against Buffalo really woke up, as we mentioned, in the second half. In the game before last against the Baltimore Ravens, that offense looked really good. I mean, Tom Brady looks like same old Tom Brady. He does not look like he's lost anything to me. Looks closer to his peak than his counterpart in this game, Peyton Manning. I know Manning played really well against Oakland, but Manning does not appear to have the same zip on the ball that he once did. I guess that shouldn't be a surprise coming off of all the neck surgeries and the time off. And maybe Manning's arm will get stronger as the season progresses, but you can't help but notice that this Denver offense now, they're really sort of a dink and dunk type offense. Short and intermediate passes. They don't throw the ball down the field very much. Certainly don't throw it down the field near as often as the Indianapolis Colts did back in Manning's heyday when he had Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne. Plenty of short and intermediate passing for the Colts as well, but Manning would also take plenty of shots down the field. That part of the offense seems to be eliminated. However, Manning is still good enough, accuracy-wise, calling plays at the line of scrimmage. It still looks like the same old Peyton Manning getting his team into the right play at the line of scrimmage. He looks like a better Chad Pennington to me, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people are going to take that as sort of a shot at Manning. I really don't mean it to be that way. As a matter of fact, Peyton Manning, in my time of watching football, probably the best quarterback I've ever seen. Listen, I remember Joe Montana clearly, and it's hard to put anybody above Montana or Tom Brady for that matter. But boy, as far as the regular season goes, game in and game out, has anybody been better than Peyton Manning over the course of his career? I haven't seen it with my own eyes. That being said, I do think Denver's in a little bit of trouble this week. New England, a 6.5-point favorite. I mentioned I think the New England offense is just about as good as we've seen over the past 2 or 3 seasons. I don't think they're slipping at all, and I know a lot of people are thinking they might be slipping. We shall see this Sunday. Denver's defense is vulnerable in the secondary, so I do look for New England to employ one of their pass-first game plans, which obviously that's usually what they do is pass first. But last week we saw Stephen Ridley and rookie running back Brandon Bolden get more involved. I do expect to see more of a Tom Brady this time. Tom Brady passing it 50 times. Those guys maybe getting less than 10 carries apiece, unless this game gets out of hand. Then I'm sure New England will run the ball more. But when I look at Denver, 2-2 on the year, and to me, I know they beat Pittsburgh in the first game of the season, which is a decent win, we think. Steelers are 1-2 now. We still don't know really what to make of that team yet. But then they beat Oakland. In their 2 losses, they were down by at least 20 points in both of those games. Now, those were both the excellent teams, Atlanta and Houston. But this Denver team, I think they're a pretty good team, but I think they've shown their limitations. I think they're the type of team who are going to beat lesser teams and frequently beat up lesser teams. But I think they're going to lose to teams who are better than them. I think Denver has a definite ceiling, and I think that ceiling is somewhere around 9-7, 10-6. I don't think they're as good a team as the New England Patriots this year, and I think we're going to see evidence of that on Sunday. Again, I do lean towards the Patriots, minus 6.5 points at home this Sunday.